Queen Chudala has taken the form of Kumbha, a grandson of the creator Brahma. She's instructing her husband, King Sikadvaja, who's an ascetic living in the forest. The brahmana has told the king a parable about the wish-fulfilling jewel, the Chintamani, and we'll get an explanation of that in the next chapter. In the meantime, the brahmana's got another story for the king. The brahmana, Chudala, continued, "Listen, O king, to another story which also resembles yours. In the Vindhya forests there was an elephant who was extremely strong and equipped with strong and powerful tusks. The rider of this elephant had, however, imprisoned it in a cage. By this and the repeated use by the rider of weapons like the goad, the elephant was subjected to great pain. While the rider was away, the elephant struggled to free itself from the cage. This effort went on for 3 whole days. Eventually it shattered the cage. Just at this time the rider saw what the elephant had done. While the elephant was making good its escape, the rider climbed up a tree from which he planned to throw himself on its back and thus subdue it once again. However, he missed the elephant's head as he fell and landed right in front of it. The elephant saw its enemy, the rider, fallen in front of it. Yet it was overcome by pity and therefore did not harm him. Such compassion is seen even in beasts. The elephant went away. The rider got up, not seriously injured. The evildoer's body does not break easily. Their evil deeds seem to strengthen their body. The rider, however, was unhappy at the loss of the elephant. He continued to search the forest for the lost elephant. After a very long time he saw the elephant standing in a thick forest. He gathered other elephant tamers and with their help dug a huge pit and covered it with foliage, eager to recapture that elephant. Within the next few days that mighty elephant fell into that pit. Thus recaptured and bound by the wicked rider, the elephant still stands there. The elephant had neglected to kill its enemy, though he had fallen right in front of it, and hence it had to undergo fresh suffering. One who does not, on account of his foolishness, act appropriately when the opportunity offers itself, and thus remove all the obstacles, invites sorrow. By the false satisfaction, "I am free," the elephant fell into bondage again. Foolishness invites sorrow. Foolishness is bondage, O Holy One. One who is bound thinks he is free in his foolishness. Though all that exists in all the 3 worlds is but the self, to one who is firmly established in foolishness, all that is but the expansion of foolishness. So the elephant's compassion didn't seem to pay off. But this shouldn't be understood as a parable about the foolishness of compassion. When dealing with our own mind, a ruthless opportunism has to be in play. There's a question of whether you want to be hypnotised or not. Let's assume you've got a tendency to be hypnotised, and there are those around you always trying to hypnotise you. You cannot somehow navigate that. You're either going to allow yourself to be hypnotised or not. There's no sort of, well, I'll just go along with it a little bit. This is how the mind works. The mind is constantly leading us in. It's constantly inviting us to identify with its notions, and this is foolishness. This is the foolishness which gives rise to all our perceptions, all our understandings. So when it's possible to disengage from the mind, take that opportunity. Don't make excuses. I live in a seaside town. Many people come here for a holiday, maybe just for a weekend. They come here to let their hair down. Perhaps they've got to work hard throughout the rest of the year. So they come here to enjoy themselves. This often takes the form, though, of getting drunk and behaving in a rather raucous manner. It's exemplified by a particular style of male drunken singing out in the street. It'd be great to think they actually are having a good time, but there seems to be something quite regimented about it, about getting drunk and singing and basically behaving in a rather unsavoury manner. This is their idea of fun, but it seems to be an indication of limitation, really. It's this thinking that you're being free when you're just being foolish, really. You're just expressing your foolishness. Maybe they are genuinely having a good time. It just doesn't seem that way, and I'm sure it doesn't feel that way the morning after either. But on a less convivial note, most of us think we're quite free in the opinions that we hold. In our view of the world, we like to express ourselves in terms of how we see the world. The notion of who we are is very often tied in with our opinion about the world. And some people are very opinionated about the state of things, but really from a spiritual point of view, it's just the expansion of foolishness.